welcome to Our Ventura TV. My name is Marlyss Auster. I'll be your host today. And today we're talking to Mary Maranville, who's the founder and executive director for SEEAG.org, which we will find more about.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us, SEEAG.org, what does that mean?
SEEAG stands for Students for Eco-Education and Agriculture. And the mission of our nonprofit is teaching children about the origins of their food and connecting them to the farmland in their own backyard.
Okay, and how did you get involved? I mean, you're the founder. Where did this come from?
I'm very proud that I grew up on a dairy farm in upstate New York. I come from a multi-generational farming family. I'm the daughter of an Irish dairy farmer. And the passion comes from when I was a child and seeing my dad work and, his father work on a farm. I didn't quite understand the importance of the work that they did and helping to feed families. And I didn't understand agriculture. And so then when I came to Ventura County, after several years, not to give you my age, but I saw all the agriculture that was taking place in this county.
Yeah.
And it wasn't quite like I remembered on the dairy farm in upstate New York, but it really made me nostalgic and made me think of my childhood. And I met some farmers, and then that's where I came up with the idea conceptually of teaching kids about the origins, the farm origins of their food.
And so how do you go about getting the children together, and what's the process for teaching them this?
Okay. Well, when I first started out, I know I needed a curriculum, so I went to some experts, some very intelligent people that had their PhDs in ag, and also some local teachers, and presented them what I thought would be a good curriculum, and then they gave me their feedback, and they were pretty impressed. And then from there, I actually gave a presentation to 2 or 3 teachers, and they said, "You're ready to go." And then I just put marketing materials together and took it to schools, and then before you knew it, they were inviting me to come and give presentations. And so it's a 2-part program currently. The first part is going into the schools for 45 minutes and teaching kids about what is agriculture, ag literacy, the crops that are grown in their own backyard, the top 10 crops like strawberries and raspberries and avocados and lemons, and then talking to them about sustainable ag. I quickly realized, though, after doing it for 1 year in the classroom, that the real key was to get the students out of the classroom and bring them to a local farm. And so that's part 2, is bringing them on an outdoor field trip.
Because so much can be experienced just through the smell of farms, like being out in the fresh air, seeing the farm workers out there, and really engaging with the farms. And we've got so many. How many do we have in the county?
We have approximately 1,800 farms. I know that's hard to believe, but
1,800?
Yeah, but some are very small.
Okay.
And some are quite large. There's 100,000 acres of farmland in Ventura County.
Wow. And so what age group is this curriculum for?
It's predominantly for 3rd grade. That is a key age when you're talking about cognitive ability for children.
Okay.
They believe everything you tell them in the 3rd grade, but they still understand abstract concepts, and they really understand more about science and natural science. And so we see 2nd, we'll see 3rd, we'll see 4th. We do see some middle school and some high school, and every year Pepperdine University comes out to the ranch as well.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So how about like a memory from one of the children that you know that, yes, this has really worked. We have struck a chord in teaching them about the farmland here. Do you have any memories that come to mind?
Absolutely. Well, when we bring them out to the ranch, we give them, we take them through a chronological order of the journey of their food.
Okay.
And in this case, we bring them to Limonera Ranch in Santa Paula, so we're bringing them on the journey of a lemon from blossom all the way to their dinner table. So we are connecting them to the food supply chain.
Okay.
So we start out in the orchard, right on a tree, and we show them the blossoms. And we take them through the natural cycle of a lemon all the way to harvesting, and then they go through 6 phases in the packing house, and then we teach them about all the sustainability practices that Limonera follows. And so we bring them into the 21st century with all the sustainable ag practices that are happening in the county, which really gets them excited about the new technology.
Right.
And then, so the proudest moment, to answer your question, is after the field trip. I had a principal call me up about a week after the field trip, and she had just spoken to one of her, actually this was a 5th grader, she just had spoken to one of her 5th graders, and she wanted to see how much they retained and what they got out of it. So she purposely asked one of her students 2 or 3 days after the field trip, what did you think? And she also purposely asked one of the children whose parents were farm workers. And she said, what did you think of the field trip? What did you get out of it? And she said, Mary, she said, it made me, I was so happy. She said, this little boy put his hand on his hip and said, my dad helps feed the world.
Aww.
And he was glowing with pride. And so that is probably one of my all-time favorite moments of this principal making a point to call me and let me know that.
Well, that's definitely a moment to be really proud of, and for that student to have a shift in their thought pattern of, kind of the farmland and what their family and father contributes to everyone eating and that whole process. Right.
We're all connected to agriculture. If you eat, if you wear clothes, you're connected to agriculture, and I think we're all guilty of this. From all generations, all ages, we look out at that beautiful farmland and we don't connect it to the food on our table, and we don't think about all the steps that happen in between growing the food and how the food arrives at our homes or in our restaurants or at the farmer's market or the grocery store. I think we underappreciate the amount of work and labor and time that it takes for farmers and our agricultural workforce to make sure we have food on our tables every single day. So that's the other reason. It had a lot to do with my family history, but it also had to do with the amount of work that I know goes into it, and really, really trying to educate all generations in growing the food that we eat. So.
Well, I know I would be guilty of, not really thinking the whole process through, or taking it upon myself to educate my children on that. And we have a lemon tree, and once it's in bloom, it strikes a memory chord, and it's just so wonderful that you are making an effort to really connect our children and have them be mindful of the ag land here, because so much of what we are here is ag.
Yes, there's a rich agricultural history here in the county, very much so. And we grow over 200 crops in this county.
Wow. And so if you had to take a guess at how many students you've had through, or maybe how many students have you engaged with?
Well, I remember the first year I was like, if I could see 500 students this year, I'll be happy. That was 6 years ago. This year we'll see over 4,000 students in the classroom and take them on field trips to Limonera. So we've seen now over 10,000 students, over 10,000.
Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So now all of this takes time and effort and of course money. We're grateful for that, but how are you funded?
I am funded by foundations, other foundations. I'm funded by the agricultural community. Banks have been very generous to SEEAG. Individuals can donate. Okay. We do also have events. We have 2 annual events. We're looking at a golf tournament
Okay.
at Spanish Hills, so events help. It all those little dollars, all those pennies add up, and our budget has grown over the years, and we've added a few employees that I'm proud to say.
So you've got some help?
So we have, I do have some help. I used to do it all, and I don't know how I did it, but now I have a team of people, and it is a team effort. I really, I'm here representing my nonprofit, but I have some very smart, lovely people on my team, and I like to say this little quote: "It takes a county." You've heard the other quote, but it does. It takes a county. It takes a community to reach your goals with a nonprofit. It really does.
Yeah, because really it's born out of passion. And your vision to really tap back into where you came from, so if you had to kind of go 10 years down the road, or what would be your long-term vision for SEEAG? What would be just awesome for you?
My long-term vision is, well, right now we're just in Ventura County. We're seeing about 4,000 students a year. I know that there's 10,000 third graders in this county.
Okay.
It's a very large county, so it's reaching more kids. If you ask the average child how long it takes to grow a lemon, for instance, and they'll say a week, when it takes almost 9 months. So by the time you see a lemon, it's taken 10 or 11 months to get to you. And so just those concepts of the journey of the science, it's really reaching more kids with the information that we have to offer.
And so I know that my children, they grab the lemons from the tree, and it's like, okay, this one's ready, but 9 to 10 months. I don't even think that they know that. I didn't know that.
That they will say, usually they'll say a week when we ask them. And then by the time they leave the ranch, they know that it's taken 9 months to, a year before they see it at the grocery store.
Wow. So you have an annual event, and I believe it's called Farm Days.
No, Ventura County Farm Day.
Okay, Ventura County Farm Day. Tell us what that is.
That is, this year we're celebrating the 3rd annual Ventura County Farm Day.
Okay.
It's at the end of September. It was, like I said, it was founded in 3 years ago, 2013, and we're very excited about it. This year there'll be 25 farms on the tour, and it's all about having people visit farms in their own backyard, taking a tour, meeting farmers. Everybody should know a farmer in their community, and that's what really this is about, is meeting your farmers, learning about where your food is coming from, and then at the end of the day we have a barbecue, and this year it will be at Limoneira Ranch.
Oh, fun, fun. Well, I mean, and Ventura prides itself off our sense of community. So this is just another facet of that. And everybody should know a farmer. I've got to, kind of question myself, do I know a farmer? And if I don't, I need to, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's all about celebrating the hands and lands that feed us. We have these concepts or ideas of about agriculture, and it's a way for the farmer and the general public to talk directly instead of what they read or what they hear. Why don't you go to the farm and talk to the farmers directly?
And so for the residents that are sharing with us and kind of hearing everything that you have to tell us, how do we get involved? How do I take my 3rd grader or 4th grader to a farm or participate in Ventura County Farm Day? Where do I find out more information?
You can go to our website. We have a really very nice website, if I do say so myself. You can go to SEEAG.org.
Okay.
And I think that you go to the Learn More About page, and then you can fill in your information, and we'll get an email.
Okay.
So you just have to go on there, but there's a lot of information on the website. If you're a teacher, you can email Greta@seag.org, or you can call us, and all that information is on the website.
Great. So we can get our schools more involved, our children more involved, and then the parents can participate as well. What a
Right.
great program.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for bringing this to Ventura and having the passion to help educate us as residents to embrace what we actually came from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's something that we do every single day. You can't say that about a lot of the things you do, your daily tasks, but we eat every single day, and it's amazing that we do this every day, but we don't know enough about it.
Right. Well, and in an age where really the schools are embracing what they're serving in the cafeteria and teaching the kids to be more mindful about their well-being, exercise, what they're eating, this is just, it fits perfectly.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the, we didn't even touch on the nutritional aspects, nutritional education. When kids visit farms, they're more apt to eat better whole foods. When they go to Limonera and they eat tangerines or oranges, they're more, and pick them themselves with their own hands and peel it, they're more apt when they're in the supermarket to request the oranges and the tangerines because they've picked them themselves, so they really value it.
Right. Yeah. Well, Mary, thanks for being with us and sharing your story, and thank you for your passion and introducing that to our community. We're grateful. We hope that one day maybe we'll see a farm day be a national holiday. Wouldn't that be cool?
That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That would be fun.
And thank you very much for inviting me. It was my
Yes.
pleasure.
Great. Well, and thank you for joining us today at Our Ventura TV. Until next time, have a great one.